Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Hey, it is another fine day here in the RGV. Thought I'd get on here today and answer a question. You know, a lot of people ask me, because I have both trucks, the Toyota Tacoma and the Toyota Tundra, which one do I like better? Well, it's finally time to settle that right now for everybody that asks. I'm going to tell you which one I like better, the Toyota Tundra or the Toyota Tacoma. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. First of all, let me answer that burning question, which do I prefer more, the Tundra or the Tacoma up there? And the answer is the Toyota Tacoma. Now, it's not like there's some huge spread or anything, it's just a little bit more. So I've got 5 reasons as to why I prefer the Toyota Tacoma over the Toyota Tundra. The first one is simply because it looks better. I've mentioned this on the channel many times before. I think the Toyota Tacoma is the best looking truck out there. Now, that's not to say that the Tundra back there is ugly. I don't think it's ugly at all. Matter of fact, I think it's still relevant with its current design. You know, when Toyota comes out with this new redesigned Toyota Tundra here in what, 2022 I guess it is now, I think they could probably still use the design that they have right now because it's still relevant. Okay, next up, number 2. I always feel like when I'm driving around in the Tundra, only because I have the Tacoma, like I'm wasting gas, you know, like I'm not picking the most fuel efficient vehicle I have. Now, I know that's nuts, right? Because everybody always says, you don't have to worry about gas, it's a truck. And I know that, right? And obviously, if it was a huge problem, I'd be driving a Prius or something. But I still feel, and again, this is because I have both, that somehow when I choose the Tundra, you know, for a little errand or trip to the post office or McDonald's, something like that, that I should be driving the Tacoma because it gets better fuel economy, especially when I'm just zipping around town, right? I'm sitting there watching that gas gauge, and you know if you drive a Tundra, you can actually see it move. So, number 2, because the Tacoma is more fuel efficient. I hate to say it, but it's true. Okay, number 3. There are more modding possibilities, I feel like, from my experience, with the Toyota Tacoma. You know, I'm a modding kind of guy, right? I mean, the channel is based around modding. I like to do that kind of stuff. I enjoy it. It's how I earn my living, sort of, right now. So I just feel like there's more stuff that I can do with the Toyota Tacoma. And I feel like the mods out there that you are able to add are more impactful on the Tacoma. You know, there's just more things you can do to make it look better. More things that you can do to make it more functional. Now, that's not to say that there aren't options out there for the Tundra. I mean, I've done things with the Tundra, but for some reason, for me, it just feels more satisfying. And maybe that's because I feel like the Tundra, or the Tacoma rather, is a better looking truck anyway. I don't know. But all kinds of modding possibilities and things out there that you can do, and things that anybody can do, right? You don't have to be a mechanic or anything to do most of the things. Matter of fact, probably all of the things that I've done with my Tacoma. So modding possibilities, just more stuff out there that you can do with the Toyota Tacoma. Okay, we're now up to number 4. And this one's kind of crazy, and I know a lot of you guys out there are gonna say I'm nuts, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And that is because the Tacoma is easier to drive. I said it, it's easier to drive. Now, I'm not looking to lose my man card or anything, but I have both trucks, and I gotta say, the Tacoma is more nimble. It's smaller. It fits everywhere, right? It's easier to zip in and out of traffic. You don't have to worry so much about size, you know, where you are in the lane, whether you're gonna fit in that parking space, whether you're trying to squeeze through a tight area, and you gotta watch everything on the sides to make sure you don't scrape somebody. And that would be a nightmare, right? So I think because the Tacoma, because of its size, it's just easier to drive. You don't have to, not that you shouldn't pay attention, but you don't have to pay as much attention as you do when you're driving the Toyota Tundra. It's just simpler to drive. Okay, next up, and this might be more relevant to me, I guess, probably because of what I do, but that's resale value. You know, the Tacoma, and I've traded in, I think 4 or 5 of them. Every time I've gone to do that, they always hold their value well, right? I don't lose a ton of money. I get a decent chunk back when I trade them in, and it just makes the process a little bit easier, again, for what I do. I'm not spending as much money swapping vehicles in and out. Now, that's not to say that the Tundra doesn't hold its value. I think with the Tundra, it's more dependent upon the trim level that you have. You know, if you have the lower trim levels, you know, just an SR5, it's not going to hold its value as well as, say, a Platinum or a Crew Max does. And that's why, for me, resale value is important, because I know the way I am, first of all, that there's probably going to be a different or new truck in the future. However, that's not the way it's going to be with the 2020. That's going to be a long-term truck for me, even if I get something else that's similar, just to hold on to it to do a long-term, I guess, experience for the channel. But it's good to know that it's a decent investment. I'm not going to say it's a good investment, because I don't believe that investing or thinking that an investment in a vehicle, be it a truck or whatever, is particularly a good idea unless you're going with a real high-end, you know, classic or something, because you're never going to make any money on it. But the Toyota Tacoma is the closest vehicle that you're going to get, at least in the realm of trucks, to being able to do that. All right, so there is my list, my 5 reasons why, and I'll say it again, I prefer the Toyota Tacoma over the Toyota Tundra. Again, I don't want you to think that there's some huge spread there, because there really isn't for me. The Tundra certainly has its advantages as well. It's roomy, it's powerful, it's comfortable. There are numerous things, but in my opinion, and yours may differ, the Toyota Tacoma edges it out just a little bit for the 5 reasons that I stated. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you've had both, or maybe you have both, which do you prefer? The Toyota Tacoma or the Toyota Tundra? As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.